all this week. I wish you were there. We did a lot of finish.
Again. And then is here. Now, how to put the recent dominance of Barcelona in terms of discussing it from Real Madrid perspective.
Yes, my problem is yes, you may phones where you might do manage.
Akofa Adom Kasiano, of course, etimi Edi Abremo. Awo Jumediano, so Gabi Choma did can't translate that. Wabobo man in some no de be na ye de fisam asom so and Sakra ya pejemu Edi Afi Jumediano. So Miss Bra YouTube in Short TV, hodie. The akoso si di bia and the air can be ano uti na now say ahwene live. Enti bra YouTube in Short TV first of all. Say unsubscribe channel na subscribe so say na be anytime bia we say get na se na no onha okra obenya message no click so na say won so atimi adjoin train na edijumade no and so atimi ade abronti bra YouTube in Short TV na a part of Tuesday edition of Nhyira Digital Passports na the tenant say e be sha se afrinko fokro so anra yanka bia nhyem after the classical final no thank him say assembly but yamu kono an yete say Real Madrid apam coach afeni say Xabi Alonso ebi say pathways a mutual consent na two parties in the na jatum say omonfa ware no emfa enkonko histories no bebre makacho say edru say ya odie any shawanzo 4.5 FM say pathways say dieben sack ni nyina no odi ani shawanzo for ye be set the record straight now so no who said ye honsam and so AC Echo Manchester United as I said o ma choose Mike Carrick so ono na amde dwumade no and so de man no ne so pani bi and a search so no catch them penifo no say only no onya de enti mo fa dwumade no ema Mike Carrick pani ban yere san komono ade bedamo new Chelsea coach your friend Liam Rosenier na opinion say Chelsea na about o media gro so betra Chelsea a che papa sa yes no say so twani nyina asa no so bokwa ono so etimi akwese kono garaga ono so ebetimi adjoine eyetoriama ene nsem pi nina no ebe free abonene aba ene anope Kumasi asante ko after so mo draw to Brekumi Chelsea now no kwasiada no pressure pa ewo IMC no se omo empam KMC to no nyasem keto kra enti enra there was a meeting IMC no koyi meeting na fallout ni dina wa ha meeting omo ko empanifo no ginaya omo nso omo taking for now no eno nso ye de san komuni nyina no ebedamo ewo eye dwumadie no so omo pam code Karim Zito ana obetena ho na wato aso di ni dwuma ediama eye Kumasi asano ko nso honsam ewo ha House of Folk enra omo ene eye Renhedink enso ekọ court na se de nnanim no Renhedink emre bi somba ka ba technical director edema House of Folk na empanifo jan ko de house nso no ekọ eye fifia so omuntu asika emfa emma eye opinion na nam so kra ma house enso anya eye transfer ban enra amukọ court na de kosi o court na no nso yakoba ni abedi sankom no awo dwumadie yi aso this and many more bebre ka ho jese garbage ram gabi the foreigner edien ekwamne ne ba na nsema aka ni na no yetimi edi Abraham Richard ne yakwara garbage ram gabi the foreigner ativo so dwumadie na se di amen
Dachi.
Ababo.
Yes, by problems yes, you may phones with you, to manage crowd.
Yeah, of just offer.
I manage crowd yes away. It's but of course we are trying. Which Baba no you team correct, but the black shape near solid.
The black were solid.
But the black or try to make you still a young man because you was still not the black a true sign. Or the Ojawa have a pempe.
Maybe you're forever young.
She put up because my friend in the fat in the body, the idea quad coming.
To load the back crowd. Maybe you're making a catch when you.
Master, we ship still. Correct.
Just din.
Never know Masakura.
David. And yanum yan at your yan and go bota. Yam Bama Nubis am da. Senor.
Mommy found starting free Jeddah in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Because that is the game that is worth talking about. Now, there are only 3 or 4 things that happened in the game, and for me, probably the most important things is when they won't come out, and you'll be doing a little bit of injustice to the game. And first of all, I want to start from the German tactician that moved from Germany to go to Barcelona. Which in football, one year, you'll be too over-reliant on shapes, structure, tactics, 4 whatever, 3 whatever, and then forget about the most important thing in football. Meaning, say, and in the current description of jobs for coaches, no, they don't call them managers again. It's about just first team coach in this animal. But Rich, you need to manage a lot of things.
Sure. Very, very important.
And in coaching, you have to be an excellent man manager or close to an excellent man manager. And maybe when you don't have to, but because of your players, you have to smile. And maybe when performance, but you need to say things to them, push them to believe in themselves and deliver the results for you.
Man City players, almost every hour of
yeah,
we be na pep.
Yeah.
I
remember Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva said, "Of course, Man City for front. In the penthouse now, no team no. Now, this is all some card be ABA and San Wetimia for Basro. But one day on his bed, you know, Kwana Wohonum. Then Omokachen so Obi was your own so Baneho, but all money.
Okay.
And also Kini Panemra. Before that's not Ike Guni and a banning chain coach. You know what say Ike Guni and SR retain it. Because usually not Ike Guni and a tie banning chain. Rich Ujinani Puan or board say doorbell or Koye Joseph Guardiola with a little bag.
or Brennan in present.
Wine. And also wine all from Merenum Sanko. Only a moon chance you share wine in them.
No, sometimes you see, I'm going to go to the park and it's exactly. Or tactics, or game plan, whatever. No,
exactly.
And so no more not that cordial relationship now.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be a good coach, all right, but without number.
And which you see, even in the dealings of human beings, I know you will feel. But in dealing with human beings, you need to find ways to make people feel important. So, many people feel important, and you will be a bayama.
Until I lead up, you a giga sometimes.
You don't succeed. No, you don't succeed. You need to find ways to make people feel important. And Rich, I am saying this of Nhyira Flick because of this Brazilian player. Rich, the last time a Brazilian went to Barcelona and then played football, dominate Europe, become a star name of Yasero. Neymar da Silva. Since Neymar, Barca spent lots of money. Barca Coco Tuesca for Ousmane Dembele Prenti, he couldn't get there. Barca brought in fact, Barca after Xabi were willing to pay money for Nico Williams because Abenti and Rafinha was not performing after paying 55 million to Leeds United to get a signature. But it took the German to go to Rafinha and tell him, say, you are going to be important to me. And everything happened when and now after the game, Rafinha went to the journalist and told them, say, this is a very, very big day. But Hansi Flick because but for Hansi Flick, he would have left Barcelona. And that was the story. Hansi came in, Barca, Episca, they had lined Rafinha to let him go. Hansi said, player no training grounds. He watches Rafinha, tells Rafinha, say, you're a top player. You will play. Be patient. Just believe in yourself. And he got a job. When you go and you look at Rafinha and his games, and this is the image I wanted to show you. Andy knows me so well. This is the game of Deportivo Alaves. And you're not matching. Deportivo Alaves match in the very first game of Barcelona boy, Rafinha started after injury. Chelsea game one started. And in the last 10 games, Rafinha after signing injury, all of them, if he has started, Barca ended up winning and he has scored at least assisted. So after the Deportivo Alaves game, Bobby Catcher say, "Omo match you number say winning Taiwan." But now Hansi Flick et in a code we say, "Onu only confidence on your own." And it is here that Rafinha went to Hansi Flick and he told him after the game, the journalist asked Rafinha, me koko catch me manager and say, "Minim say boy ni yefe, and you're dominant, and you're Barcelona, and you're pet, and never we understand." But the very confidence that he gave us when he came in, my own shade. Reach 10 games in. Alaves, Athletic Club Bilbao, Atletico de Madrid, Frankfurt, Real Madrid, Champions League getting close to qualification. What have you Copa del Rey with it? And then against their bitterest rivals. When everybody thought it was going to be another Lamine Yamal story, no, Lamine Yamal doing enough. People thought that okay, Lamine Yamal being Spain before no national. No. It was the Brazilian. It was a brace for him. Oh, they can't say a chance. Then people were asking, Rafinha power, we then I'll say a chance. Then comes back again as captain of the side, deputy captain. Ends up slotting that boy in there, getting the job done for Barcelona 2 times. It's rich. And now in Jeddah, for me, it was Nhyira Flick, it was Rafinha, and they dominated it. I think that Xabi Alonso and the tactics wrong on the night. Their plan to push Nhyira back, for me, did not work. Honestly speaking, I can understand that he wanted Federico Valverde here. But I think that a lineup of bringing still Nhyira into the middle of the park, Raul Asensio and Federico Valverde to the right-hand side look like something that would have worked for me. But constantly allowing Nhyira to track the ranks of Robert Lewandowski and Yadi and Nebeyejuma. And the second goal, Barcelona was very, very clear. And now Pedri and Frankie de Jong give us another clinic again on Fifi.
Master class.
Wait, only Barca about every team that's come close to beating Barca or beats Barca.
But sometimes
which but just someone here they yes, but it
only thing I say be a bully on.
That's it.
And also be an awkward card.
You see, which
could you card be?
You see, Barca players are very technical. It's one of you who will show me the first 30-50 minutes. Obe proud.
Okay.
And that is one thing that everybody was talking about Enzo Maresca when I said the first 20-15 minutes. No, it's like a crowd. Yes, the game could have gone anywhere, but only Barca running it. You allow them play, they'll tear you apart. And yesterday, that's what happened to Xabi Alonso, which a young coach. And yeah, Xabi Hassan, from the Madrid injuries issue, also. They should take their time for Xabi Alonso. And of course, invest in the team for him in the summer. I like something that he said after the game. He said this is the least competitive competition was Spain on man, correct? Yeah. It's the Supercopa de España. Yes, a trophy there, but the Copa del Rey is yet to come. The Champions League can come. Of course, the league is still up there for both teams. Although it's not casting stones, so I'm are turning around. I think that's something that they should see. In England, there were FA Cups. Now, Liam Rosenu and Kokoshe Charlton Athletic by 5-1.
What about the Granger, Mr.
Hadidja?
Say, good fellow as I can.
Wakano. No say, and no,
you match.
Yeah, your match is wrong. What about your match? It's just today. Hey, match, Papa. Hey, Seka.
You can yabo have quarter final.
Oh, what's
I have got semi final.
I'm going to have a myself. That's what
every cup match in this
cup. Any patch on a minake. Not embarrassed records of a patch on it. Because only to move on to the next game. And you want to do
is it me bro Manchester United.
Now back to the
United in this year so anything sometimes I may catch them say
yeah
and I support is Ninya Butre a project no more yeah I want Nyabutra project ni ade no ya na me catch them say I disagree with you people and the consider Ben United inquire project ye be ye
see you are getting certain things wrong
post if I give you the one kind of project ye dey you the BI United ye project
which
project dey ko fi so tie kire
yeah
and so you be say project e be so aba
yeah
who be say United project be
but it means sometimes the
decisions
exactly because yes you need to some numbers ni but sacking in the middle of the season without a plan questionable. You don't sack Amorim now.
Coach
I feel now about the fact Carrick interim Kakra could see end of the season. It was a rich Carrick bet me about. You about the engineers from your maneuver Biana United and be 5-6. Who was okay fine and people begin to say it's okay and yes Moma Carrick into them Kakra then Carrick could do another season. Then you see that with time Carrick is not good enough. Then you are repeating the cycle. That is my problem with United. You go with interim and you want to obey. It was a from not in the season. Carrick could come and get to C7th. The United fans say, okay, you can cry to was here, man. Then we will not for for me.
And your Brighton on my share any problem because Brighton is always share the
which will probably
Brighton share 4-0 in the other.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you see, indecisions in the door. So I say, I club I and then you left you. You're right. And then the BR, the BC in Biania. And a project back we be some kakra yes yeah ne afa ba bi fufro ne asabi you yeah
too much
and then the problem and your bright Roger every club I mean I don't know which shots are surprises
yeah the third round need definitely these things
to me said and you is but Korean first so I'm managing club and a problem now I'm supposed to say 5
5
we match
when you match first Chelsea coach after Sarri winning the first match and I was it too early.
That is Basaya Okobui.
Number one, Chelsea won say that. And was 5-1. They are saying they are Ubu.
Yeah, Bob Brighton.
See, yeah, we never seen them in Peru.
You be a Bob Brighton.
You see when now you're working. No, be the no that feel now like I want to say. And no found. Oxia Grimsby or say Grimsby was the one be
Grimsby.
Or shall we move him? Almost watch
penalties.
No,
penalties will be a game.
Yeah, they say 5-1 and for now penalties. Many problems are not Chelsea fans to be saying or the tactics Kakrebi we can't will be saying Enzo Maresca tactics near the other. Obi a chef out one near the here, but all the near games were and the other cross and your face.
Which Champions League drama?
The only thing I want to say about the Chelsea game is that the Amrosonia is being smart, Rich. Me the fact say he's not trying to change so many things about your Babe 2 or 1. And on Wankasa say the team is well coached by Enzo Maresca. Jao had to the inversion into the left half space, maybe Joshua Champo, the same things that we've seen under Maresca. The few differences that we were seeing, and I don't want to waste too much time on it, was just the two pivots now, almost distances, no air shots, and we're in close proximity for a lot of knockabouts and exchanges to be able to escape the press. Many time in the course of the season, I'll try to explain. I like that. And we see Moses Kaiser after the game, I see on the one who say, coach, you say, mentally. And he thinks that that's what they were lacking before. If they're able to get that, and Liam Wilson is able to do that consistently, maybe that is going to be very, very good for them. Antoine Semenyo also got a goal for team friend Manchester City in his debut game for them. Now the AFCON. Maybe I wanted the 2 West African nations to go through.
But I didn't check them out.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Saying I had a panel 2 North, 2 South. That's what we got. Which how the disposition of the African Cup of Nations trophy, imagine it here. The highest is still Egypt or that's room. Cameroon and I know I just second highest with 5. And also Efrimu, Ghana 4 on car competition. Nigeria with 3 or that's room. Ivory Coast 2 air out. What it means that there's likely setting a friend Egypt makes it 8 record number, or Nigeria makes it 4 and equal the number of wins Ghana Enya in the African Cup of Nations. Then over the weekend, it was a very, very good round of game. And it means that now in the African Cup of Nations, you have 4 local coaches. All of them. Coach Serena Walid Wegragui, when you talk of Osama, Egypt coach, everybody, Eric Shelley, all of them are Africans from the continent. And it's a very good. I like the Nigerian play. Nigeria were excellent on the Algerians. They put them to the sword. Omomu said they have a lot of quality in terms of the games that they want to play.
The last El Clasico, boy, Real Madrid won 2-1. But okay, I think so we never.
Okay, anyway. Koina. Into Jumedian so in Shawazo 4.5. Ayala corner. Okay, I'm saying there. I see the NT. Into us from free board no so.
Okay, good. Now make us say the last El Clasico boy was in the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid edged Barcelona by 2-1. But which is a game Bibi Kacho said no. Barcelona dominance no munya Real Madrid is no. If Barcelona and your players in the back, they will beat Real Madrid again. And then is here. Now, how to put the recent dominance of Barcelona in terms of discussing it from Real Madrid perspective, because say a coach don't man call Ancelotti no and your man said now Xavi Alonso naba and we share no game now. It seems that Barca are also comfortable playing Real Madrid and Xavi Alonso. About players now, almost a Real Madrid now. You can't change much from the Real Madrid team. And now I saw something. Now, this was Barcelona team or the area game. So, I show you on the tactical board. That is what you get. A typical Hansi Flick wine I go say about 4-3-3 You have problems. Good. 4-3-3. Inti Obo 1 Garcia. Ne back four of Kunde Bade, Eric Garcia and Kubasi. Ne fifi of Frankie de Jong, Pedri Femi Lopez. Ana Obo Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Robert Lewandowski. Now, so we shall Real Madrid here now. On paper, you may think so. This is a Real Madrid team also trying to play in a 4-3-3. And that's Federico Valverde able to Asensio, any Dinhausen, and above 4 and 5, Alvaro Carreras, then Uber Fifia, Chiomani, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, then Enimuho of Rodrigo, Gonzalo, and Vinicius Jr. But just as Fifi was saying, you're starting a game, no? And I mean, who said, no. And yes, I know Real Madrid able. Name Real Madrid able Chiomani moving from the number 6 position or 5 with Dinhausen and the what pushy Abantia Efreno Raul Asensio echo right back. Then in comes in the middle with Camavinga, Real Madrid, or more captain in Abantia Efreno Federico Valverde in this position. Send me Rodrigo Bettini Akonenim with Gonzalo and Vinicius Jr. Now, you see, I think it's a Sadiana Xabi Alonso here now. In fact, without your money, Real Madrid lack a certain presence in Vivio. And Camavinga Nkwa as a DM, Camavinga only DM. Camavinga is especially a box-to-box player. He wants to move, and he only the awareness to stay as a DM.
I know.
And Rich, who would DM? That is why I told the young for and a Casemiro mo at a point in time. Player be said John Mikel Obimo and I'm put back pass or me too cautious. Look, DM only awareness I won't be more. If you don't have awareness, won't be more. So everyone say, oh, send a game you can play. And when the Camavinga ain't yet your ideal defensive midfielder, but your money is he doesn't move the brain. He studies and read the game intelligently and makes sure say he's always at the right place. Now, say whether Chiomani Camavinga, look, if Barcelona comes in a game with Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Femi Lopez or more former, which there's little you can do about home dominance in a game. They will dominate. And Hansi Flick Bayern. Sabi na elhoda da but wabetu ntine. Sabi issue of look Bade e wo say obo as a left back but Dawanima ne be gina baby say the obo wings no. Say the be we can have Abantia Efeno, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Femi Lopez and still be able to bring in Abantia Efeno Rafinha inside because of Bade the position now Nubian or Bonanim and what the August over 11. He is always on this line, the center line. What trying with now and all good game new. And what that will mean, and they say it makes Abantia Efeno Kunde and you're very, very careful when to join the attack and when to stay for Barcelona 3 back transitions now or more elbow. And you could clearly see say Barcelona will have more numbers and 51 because of Rafinha. The inside now over number the MBM wide our Barcelona left hand side on. And so Rafinha ya come 51. It gives Barcelona a lot of options. Rich. More options. More players of many money kuta. More players of many money pass. More players are in tight situations. More team maneuver. Then they leave Lamine Yamal so wide Jinawanum. We are feeling about inside. You don't come inside. And the people will be more. Say the bear. Say everybody for the say everybody will feel baby. Now only when you said they will push and come and suffocate us. You have an outlet. Omuba bebre na omuba so see baby na home ya o won e make am first it's all right but so so mu kutabo na say we mo for ni pumu next na omu tin fine omu striker no one put omu tin no bobo na malami yama now only ball ni malami which the first thing I say he calms the ball down because obianim say it is not wise say uber last and we are tackling me I'm over to tune and so you need to as I will stay careful with him so first start now the kind of ball
Yansu Toma on Sabaka, not wet me any of your bombetta, and Pempe the Ampato, do messages in the Ababem, riches in the Donkor, so American Kenny na Diamana and at me Ababa, Mayanin Komakaka, Makatos a transfers in the ha, and also Ubenyan Sabina, a court is Asakino, Siciano, Camia say a rampant, Ubeti na we call Ubeti na weba, and Tiano pay, and also Eon Komakaka, Elhana, and also Timia Boy Pana, some of the pro league, you know, with him say Cristiano Ronaldo, a bibi ya to Ronaldo na, Nina Yadiba Beta. Mami Sasha from England na mini Jumaka Kwanada FA Cup back home at Mitoda and a team and it in Liverpool another Liverpool team no Braduma pa Womiti Bansley Abomantina Polypoline ama Bansley Suno at Tibako Abantani de Thomas Shobosly Enya go Jeremy from Ponyane there Anna from the Vatnyane there na Fehugo Ekatike one so at Minyago Amaniama Ayakama at the Liverpool Bobo Kwadano at the Liverpoolians the from Akate at the Eba Jumadi Sanano pay make it Ediamana Sisia Flower Vetaniama Yakama Ediama Cat in the 6 matches 3 goals 2 assists and in 6 matches 5 goals contribution na Brantenanyam Ama Fojidi ya passer Flower Vetina na Yenimno our German Bundesliga no Afena Ejano Abakodano Asase Diagro Kamenom a reporter a Liverpool Akate Edi Aba na Asada Tenuada PG4 and Yama almost said to Claudio Bahano and then Yasam Kotraka essence PG Elbow Cup de France na womu any Paris FC and this year the party na obia wogidi sankanya hwekwa de PG ahead and 2-1 bi and I say 2-0 better no game ni pa na we yenkwati abanta ni team ade ikone wonum ati PG aboma tena ba ko ama Paris FC ati Paris Saint-Germain aboma tena ba ko mentimantena after the game Luis Enrique head coach ade matimi na yakobi sanso pay hade wow aya de mawana and also yanka mo bianta say in fact another we are very disappointed na onya disappointed say no PH Jambo game was say another enkaka first half no wo mu pobo ye pa wo mu tiagro na omo chances and no man taking it right now about say football part they told there be a football and kan no na da football and kan no no another dey ni bi e kan we san say ball part ni team ni boy no na kan so mu timi awin but and your man Koye, and from maybe obi be fees, Paris FC Dianca, woman said that your team be better, and no say performances are Paris FC at the MRPH, you know, was in a tough game at the Momuya Pabata, at the on their own senses to be so I am very disappointed. Our results when you sons are born no boy, and your home resort, and Omunya, and on a PH or my head coach Openia, the dear Luis Enrique Komakaka, what did you draw and an peno, maybe check a and some at the Adam. Na another pato Cristiano Ronaldo dia to munye join mo YouTube kakwe na we de we niama esi ekoye another kenim se anasa de ankanya hwe kwa de sisia no ejana so bia wogi de se ankasa de pro league no this season asan komoche ediso mo na so na another me pato Hilal Boboko no etomo ebomo atena me pato de se miensa amomo so etimi bako na another na enye yise kwesa se na kobia nim se enema be koye ediamomo abanta ni din ade dawasawe akoda ni nyago ansa na ade se kano enya ne de nervous so de bako ekoba unto Ruby nervous aduma no woboni e padoli kwa arnasa enya ya no Cristiano Ronaldo anateso onunso enya sago no abanta ni din enso ade
Akidi wanum aye goalkeeper na akwano akokodi aye record na Akidi ne record na okodi na tese ama eni braba ye pa na unim say 3 matches in a row enya de say anasa atimi awini game na amate se okwasa the Pro League na ankasa womo anasa betimi agility se after 14 matches anasa tosumi no womo 31 points ana Al Hilal 38 points utimi say points no gab ni bia no so omu ebiemo amata say anom ayadia etota awo Saudi Pro League ni na no pay no yade on koba kakra adi etana me pato ma menko Tottenham Hotspur na mini juma kakra reporter men say kai say ene say bibia anse say Conor Gallagher ebenya dwane Tottenham Hotspur munche ni Conor Gallagher ebe dwane Tottenham Hotspur esan say no ada o madin komo ama bibia akwaye ama yeso o mabuki Abranted Medicals kwa di amano atasa Abranted by the new contract no aye to 2031 and na fear entano aye 40 million euros no skombetua adema Atletico Madrid na fe Conor Gallagher abesia kai de the Tottenham Hotspur and a reporter eba memere mfise enra me baba kato say urema Aston Villa Edin Commerce and Comenia Conor Gallagher beta Emerson Comedy no mentimie ha team and at the Tottenham Hotspur and Omo Enya Sabrantanasa and team and so Kobaka reporter Mensaka ayasa and in fact Juve Abon Trend man that de Juve Epiomonami party criminals Ejomu Hungry and na Obiania de say Esan Sabrantan dinner the Bremen Yane David Bako Kaho Afe Kenan Yadels and so Enyane na Abrantani din adi aye Tarasiano wonum abo ongo makene ade bako counting tranum no adum aye diane makoye ade ma dufe bobo kwena na no pay mika tire ade ma na team Bayern Munich dia sisa ne nkofo na dia no mo ye no extraordinaire essence oko Bundesliga na upetima ase goals per this season me pato 63 goals anoma se mo he e was squeeze so 63 goals ana ekwa team no goals for Masado no near Yasadia to me 12 goals to pay and 2 free my buburita ana aka awanim ho na anya Bundesliga nkwana Vincent Company in the boys no wamushe goals uba UEFA Champions League aba team otoso me no e goal scoring and pato PSG ana 119 goals ana Bayern 18 goals and the abani UEFA and confedi tiagro pa enti Europe in the top medal 5 ni nanom wo pe team mo bontena pa dia and said this season and Yama Koye Adama Pacho Bayern Munich Vision Company and some and squad and I know I am Kobaka Kwanza Etota I would demand this one not Liverpool Wamu Enya Pomu came New and some Avini and Ticiano who had the parents of the FA Cup now run phone saying the city Liverpool Bobo Conum Woman Brighton and Hove Albion and Confodo with Manchester Philomena Bepato Woman Nebo Stoke City and the Fulham Bebo now for Oxford United Wamu Anthony Sandor and the SN at the Patolia City and it's Southampton and Borussia Wamu and Ipswich Town and so Abo Arsenal Woman Wigan Athletic and Abo Chelsea Abo Hull City after there's a Bolton Albion Woman West Ham United and Abo after Manfred Town Woman and Burnley Babo Norwich City Woman West Bromwich Albion and Abo Padval Woman and Bristol City Babo Grimsby Manchester Woman now for Fono Woman with 1-1 there's the best Newcastle United and Aston Villa and Babo Manchester City Woman in Salford Essence Salford and Sweden Town Mubo game New Year Joba winning enough for Manchester City and your Messia after team and Dean and so at the massacre for the Pato and Kofu no mu Crystal Palace film Woman soon and Brentford na Elbow na Yanya Birmingham City Woman in Leeds United na Elbow and T-Way a FA Cup Pato run for Dronum and Atoja Nano Peno make a take a car at the Amawo Dumadi so Manchester United and not done about says Mark Kawick Dumanomania Diamanasa a official communique at Sababana Yasidi Power Dimin to Massa young Fredman from Mark Kawick the only say in football unless Kofi Chapman Ferguson Pato Yasi Wanona Wakatem Penfoso Mark Kawick Ola Gana Chocha adwuma no pa de wo gidie se wo mo de mama kekaweka wo betumi ya adwuma ni ye pa e de Manchester United na Ala Ferguson na nkasa nyame anim ne sisi no bibi bi obesan ase bi enye sa no kosan ba ko na se anya papa bia Darren Fletcher se obey wo so koko fi Ferguson ho ano kata se papa adwuma na pa menkwa na no so ko metawati ene se dia eko editor Manchester United ti no yes agreement no man retem akasa Manchester the official communique ebeba na fe mark kawik me part officially wo mum apa Manchester United the next headquarter wo be adwuma ne edia mom na eno na wan green central for ekobisa so matete se mark kawik nyaba wo be ko akwa assistant na wakwa akobọ mark kawik no metima ya adwuma no ana wo cha se o nyame anim ne Manchester adwuma de se ye fa ne se ne wo mra me Manchester adwuma nya de so be opportunity na mom na nya se ono na present chenchena Manchester United en fa ne se as assistant head coach name no say Manchester the adwuma no bad why not obehe no akwa na ama Manchester United boboko no ediama enso atimi akoye dia momo enum aye openya ni tin adi wanru ni Manchester United legend ekoma kakọ di ba ana no pay make it ediama na mama men ko Chelsea na aja Lim Rosino min ko din koma kakra ya fefo na wo motan no aja ye coach wo mo Fernando Rosi ya ja tumenya he na another guarantee interview wakasa bebre na okwasa fa Moises Casado na suspense home ana wakasa fa injury situations o wasi yanka mo bi anta sese nyame anim ni abanta de de ko pa ana Malo Gusto ana Ferry James wasi ne ana be decide say Manchester against us wo mebo game against us na ana so mu mbo game pato ani ya de anti Rosi edipa e wo dwuma de so na no pe me ketire adiama na ye bi sanse na oni asna kwa kobo wa prepare wa training mental toughness wanya ni nyina na ano se nyame anim ne sinsa oba no team ba ko wa yo mu hu adwuma ye pa ye Arsenal ye go di di ya no akokansem onya buto na Manchester coach abon say ya kasa say ya but ye coach ne say enyam na miko ye coach ne say wa Arsenal ye pa wa yo mu adwuma na ono owobuo na de Arsenal ye pa na kwanya wa fa so ne boys na sese ne ma no wosi Arsenal ana amanfo be husampa sa no we tire oye adwuma ye pa na o say yebo Arsenal game ni bia na Arsenal di buo ebe ma Chelsea mpacho ye coach na kase anu hada press conference a coach no edi tuja na o say ni ambo na ye pa ya say the first start eno ye against Charlton wetumi enya win na was so per week or die pa dia after Charlton game no was so die pa esa say the season na start here esa so start with a win na fe record of 5 goals there kama was so unya start we say ya ebo ma the next game a wo kobo no eniama koye pa ensom adema eno koma ka kompato Chelsea head coach openya ni tin adiliam Rogino koma kakra wadi tuta dwuma de so na no pe no ye de koma kakra ensom adi etambo was the last time and Stamford Bridge obo game ho no na charity event bi ana tese wono nsum ebobi na wase anya de se bad kwa enema nyina enso ekoye wase oni Tim Floyd Heisenberg amunyina ebobo game atese enema nyina koye ntisa na wo ba bebo game na even Carabao Cup final with Arsenal bobo kwan ne kawia wase big game ademano game eso ye pa ento apepe ye pa woni Arsenal game no enso eba besia eno koma kakwansa Chelsea head coach Lim Rosina koma kakra wadi eba dwuma de so ne na within 12 days coaches akase miensa ana Chelsea Epamu Enzo Maresca, Manchester United, Epamu Ruben Amorim, Anna Afe Madrid, Epamu Xabi Alonso, and Timpato Hekalas Ne, blue, red, white. Aha, Sababa Penadiano, SC Etienne, na reporter Menseka, and some idea, William Sir, dear Maya Pamu Xabi Alonso, we are Monday this time, and number 10, you are Sumi Pana, Meko duties Kakra, na when dear Kikaboma, Emma Xabi Alonso, Wamo, Epamonum, one, and so any, Bepato, yes, Xabi Alonso, reporter Eba, sir, yes, so pain or disappointed, sir, Monday Timnum. So pamono esan se wana anye se mad de be pamono sabre ado eye wana tese ha dwene pa emo munchen ye yase no anopa 7:15 am ana tese wo mu bedu Madrid kodem ho na o mu bedu ya pepepe
and you see players no and the coaching staff ni nyina echo for the babas Madrid omu training grounds ho na awon you see players ni nyina ni coaches no we be a park in the car and ti anka okwa no akwa to car na chese okọ na you see before say omu beba no ma ba lande awo Madrid no you see flight mum ana nkomo no kwa sase e de so paying ba akokra di kan ekọ Xabi Alonso okọ kata zo paying nya ye de wo nsusu say e say yetena se na nkaja we bi akọ de ba bia na yesi ho ana de ne esase na enkomo no flight no de o man head anwie enti yesi wo mo ba ya pepepe atese players no obi akọfa ne ka okofie na board meeting anso eba so na board meeting eba so no wo mo kose ma yesi around 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. no ana yesi decision eba board no kwatena se o mo so ma da dwene ho ehu se in big matches anya de se Xabi Alonso ewene esan se wo mo ahwe ne record ma wo wa yi bi se ebisi ana waba madidi ne big matches na obubo oboni nyina no aniema headamfa entomo heada ni didie e wo Xabi Alonso so betima ya adwuma no enti decision e ba ya se ene omu nje adwuma no emfa emfini nsɛmti 4:30 ana yase omu decide ye se Xabi Alonso no wombenya apam no na mikodi nkomo kakra ekobisa se papa no ye records na eha no matches na eha na kwabna hade open no 22 matches ana win near kwabnatio ana draw 4 and 20 kokawa na tese I don't know aya 26 no meboa ana wonya 5 defeat and now him up na tese 31 matches pe ana kwabna coach and so a boy 22 wins ana tese onya in the matches oboy winning percentage no kika this year nia aya 70 plus aya percentage ana crop you know kwabna coach was 70 plus there ya pamane ye dem better mad dey for say o me there enya no no mo he na ade ba kwa ya se ha adwene ye pa ya se yase sa niema bi esiye na niema esiye ya se obeka kwa last week me baba ka to se Madrid wo mo physical trainer ya friend ya Pintus no me ka sa oba the senior side esiye nie mo beka mabeka tom se yase Madrid mpemfo no se je nti o mo de physical trainer na ade eba ya se Xabi Alonso eba no ka to mo se physical trainer na nya de so de ne be ya adwuma esan so no ankasa de ne de eba na Madrid mpemfo se o ma hwe Madrid matches ha obulu so nyina ehunu se every the 60th mark akọ the 70th minute no Madrid players no dodo na abre and to ba say ade na ye physics and why not so mo fa physical trainer no amfa man ye so mo fa Xabi Alonso no mo ka ten say opew one pew openya ni dey pintu so mo de ba and yes Xabi Alonso ka to am say ensida because one no squad na e ho no wodu obi adi yes board na nkasa sa na test o ma form ho adwene say koba say okokobo Barcelona game no na wolu super and open ne ho be so ne ho be kire ne ye pa enti yes obubo game ni wi abebepe anom fa no ka tell say sa meeting no do mo kika ka ho yes o ma hu say na so ye dem pa enti adwuma no de enya de so betima ye ntino de ayen de on fa ne manto na wonya team bia ono so enko enti ani ye decisions a yes mad the MP4 no e take a medical already yes mad the MP4 no de ade ba ko e ho ye big matches no medical aka ho asem ato dada na ado na me kodi nkoma kakra ebisa se eniema ba ya ki ba ya miensa ba wo mu so omu wo ki eniema bi wo ha opei no enti mani so one physical preparation na me ka ho asem no wo mo say a bad harmony between ono and the squad no and of the image of the last ya can say super cup wo mo boys isi ano as a mad the image no dey twitwi from Abraham mad the gaga omo ye nyina Xabi Alonso ba no wo mo say gaga na free ho ana one players na as a rapport no e ga dani ho ana sadas no so sa physical appearance of the players no so and so enye kra anti any decisions are yes paying for no and so etusu na one more thing ade ba ko amensa ka yes one say almost sign 3 years na ankoma pamuni say na 3 years ka nyina no mutua and so edman na yes say amade do mani atibruta kabna de amade de ye yes almost sign contract na wo me de clause bi say mu yes say akoba sa danta koma bia omo pam na wo metua compensation for one e de amanamom de year na wɔn sign no sɛ wɔn mo season na nwie na season yɛ pam na ɔkɔ ma kwabena ɛna wɔn metwa one season pɛ na ɛde ama no ɛnti reporter men sɛ kam ɛsɛ Madrid ɛbɛtua the only one season yi pɛ ɛde ama ɔpɛyin na ne yɛ reporter men sɛ ɛka ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛna no pɛ no yɛde wɔn nkɔmɔ kakra ɛnso ɛde ɛda na ebi a wura fi sɛ ɛha ana otie deɛ mpatɔ stasi ni nie ɛgya no nso ɛnie.
Nhyira FM 104.5 and we are done.
Okay, enti eba na kyerɛ sɛ adeɛ no ayɛ gyasa na maame fa wɔ mfa nka ho mfama kwabena so abaloa na ɛba o na ɛno ada yɛsɛ ɔma wie bibia ama abaloa na kyerɛ sɛ ɔba bɛyɛ adwuma no aseɛ na wontie yɛsɛ abaloa sɛ nipa wɔ inspire ne yie paa yɛka sɛ Shankin Club wɔse Shankin Club na ɔfili ne yie paa nti kwabena wɔ sɛ ɔno gyengyen pressing ana ɔba bɛbɔ ɔma de mu tie ne yie saa na ne last boss ana yɛkɔfa ne ba yɛ ɔsɛ ɔbɛbɔ tikita ka no akwana mpatɔ ɔpɛyi wei sɛ ɛyɛ gyengyen pressing ana ɔbɛbɔ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ mepatɔ Madrid ɛyɛ team no nso nkɔba kakra ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so nie na yɛse the moment a Xabi Alonso hu sɛ adwuma no yɛbɛnya ate ɛde afi ne nsɛm do sɛ no nhyɛ da nyɛ sure ɛyɛ deɛ si yɛ ɔmo bɔ Spanish Super Cup no yɛ kwabena hwɛ screen no so ɛ na in fact me ankasa me hu saa deɛ wei no ɛti me nsɛm yɛ paa mpatɔ wo a wotie wɔ radio so na ɛbɛyɛ sɛ wobɛkɔ YouTube na wate saa story wei ase yɛ paa ansɛ wabra sɛ team biara ɛgye trophy wie na yɛka final moyɛ God of Fana kakra ɛde ma boys na tɛ sɛ wɔn nso nsampa wɔn abɔ adwuma hwɛ screen no so Xabi Alonso ana ɔkata akoda yɛ gya me sɛ Gonzalo Garcia no de ogya n'anim paa no mo ma hwɛ mo hwɛ wɔ YouTube no deɛ mo bɛte ase mo hwɛ the left side Xabi Alonso de gyina hɔ a watre ne nsa sa wɔbɔ all black a ne mpaboa white no mpatɔ Xabi Alonso no ana ɔfle players no aka kyerɛ mo sɛ wɔn mumna no mmɛn kɔyɛ God of Honor ɛmfa ma Barcelona players kwabena hwɛ deɛ si yɛ ɛwɔ na player na ɔbɛn no ɛkata sɛ ɔmo so ɔmo mo na obi sa sɛ hwan ana player de ne nsa atene hɔ sɛ akwa no wɔ hɔ no ɔsɛ ɔma yɛ ma na ɛni kwan sɛ player bi aba na ɔmbɛyɛ God of Honor de ma Barcelona team no kwabena kɔda na kɔhɛ player bɛyɛ Mbappe na atene ne nsa no ɛkata players nso obi amfiri park ne so mmra ɛnyɛ de so ɔmbɛyɛ hwɛ kwabena deɛ no coach na ɔno ne kɔ team no coach ne ka tɛ ne players ne sɛ monkɔ sɛ Barcelona fo anumonyam kwabena one player Mbappe say my players in your sadia no. I know quality players in na. No coming in Sankaja. Mbappe ne sadia. Me ba down swa. Me ma sabranta de daddy Rodrigo Goes. And swatting and sa. A different players ni so obiamra mobia enko na adia ba kwa nwanwa se hwe edodo Kamavinga heda ho Kamavinga kan nsa gunubu no se ei na ye team yi die na go ei isi atesa boys ni ntie coach na sem o de Kamavinga won odina ho na ode ne nsa agunubu na Rodrigo ani Mbappe mumadi kan atesa omoko atesa nkudade nyina so die tire a obi adan ho atesa oba enti yese ho ana Xabi Alonso so dabi ade ne de boys ni mu no kwanti ano ada yese Xabi Alonso catch Madrid the board ne say ade na omo ye na omo ma players ne power no ebe ha Madrid ye pa because coach bi aba be ya dense coach ne best to me a surviving because Madrid team na ko no nim dadan de power ni nyina kra coaches no but they need Madrid the powers no aba be di players on na chance players no and edictate edema team no ene ade o mo say ha adwene ye pa ya say no ada opanya ne dinadi Xabi Alonso e ka che Madrid playing for no enkoba kakwa na na pa no ye ka che enso edi ama eno ada me ka to say woko anasa abranta de edi adiki mbato abranta ne kokodim Aircard, I'm a Brantana suspension reporter. No means I can say I'm not that Genoa Bobo Kone Wenia, but I see Genoa and the Bento Edin Como, Ankata goalkeeper no, a balloon, a Genoa, our Illy, and what done I say Arnasa from a Katom say, Omania Ahodia Diano, and now there's one Bema Brantana, but for now, it's a goalkeeper, A.R. Adiki, a Brantana suspension to know, and this are Brantana Baba Kansana, and yes, Obama transfer window no, and close Ansano Major Brantana, I'm na ba reporter menseka say Eric Dyer enso na edin koma hwese ebia Tottenham mepato West Ham United obetimi abana waba be adwuma ne dia mo yesi advanced stage ano medu acha say enkomode na ekoso against anansa were yesmunako enkoma kaka na Timo Werner yesi Santos Edward Kicks ana bantan so ekom na otwania bekoye ede makate from RB Leipzig no enkoma kaka so eba ewo adwuma de so na yesi Madrid ewo just 1 week now until the 20th of January way and also make it sad decision way yaso me the course be say Abrante and Daddy Hendrick Madrid your Madrid some person calling the back we met me call better the first 20 days January way no and also me edit take sad decision no be part of Xabi Alonso so call and team Madrid bet me decide say be on be Abrante na ball now say wo mo ma no enso atena ho and your reporter men seka e wo dwuma de so na no pay me ketire e dem na Atlanta bobo ko koma men seka say Galatasaray edin koma pato Galatasaray radam en kobo mu su edi say wo mu so say David Fratesi e bi o betime nya Abrante na ya ran by 30 million euros anom ayesika eso mo de beto de nempempe de yase galafo na elonjo ana teso mo nso epe but my member of Concacaf na yem fawie kwabra onim sa afcon no yase abrebia Cameroon national team no abako aya afcon na host nation host captains ne be so mo ayi o mafrimo quarter final winim say sa team ne je na started 1970 na yase 1970 Sudan and a Cameroon so musa ewe na chese Sudan ati 1970 AFCON no after Egypt is 1986 and also on penalties ano mu Cameroon no mo na hosti and also mo tie 1996 South Africa and so Cameroon so mo and so ewe no mate and after 2026 we so no Morocco ati Cameroon ayo mafiri mu nchine ya say bi o betimi aja but the big question say the leaders we why and the team ate money for Senegal, Osimhen for Nigeria, Salah for Egypt, and Ibrahim Diaz for Morocco. Why na LED na wate? And also some ekakane na reporter menseka say Giacomo Raspadori. Yase Atlanta bobo ko din koma say from Atletico Madrid. We met manya Raspadori na wasaba back to Icharansia. Na obo demand am Chelsea. Aso mu here midfielder and a defender. And ti omasa so mu din koma ntimesra who a defender bi onim boba na o ma mensaka na isia de yeche wona de nya de say bebu kwabra nya de say bebu coach papa bentinum ati isia de che na sia miemia niamam ni ade ade anu ye dia eba etodwa na nkrofa ma so a me de dantino kwabra bibia ne akire dia ma me hwe na memfa nkrofo ama so nsem no enso ensi hanum senti afen wa dwane ha yeshua your number one can radio station dia santeman ante dia tumni na me ko dia kwabna as usual me dan no no anata se phone na ye bibi kakente but single self contained ana me here ni manim ya enti we de mesre wo bia na wa hete milane 0552 711268 0552 711268 na wonso wa from naja yetimedi nkoba rich mediasi
okay yada se garbage ram gabi the foreigner adien akwamene ni aba yemra na yento dwumadi no so emfa emamo awo dwumadi no so Tuesday edition na enkomo no ye ba bedi awo amane ne dia mamo isansem ne bebre Real Madrid da mapam Xabi Alonso ahonsam ha anin sama wodo ndina no yese Alex Ferguson ana akachira Manchester United impendifo no se ono de nkebe ya amamo mfa dwumadi no Emma Aligona Social Nimum Mike Carrick and Mumfajmedi no Emma Ninti and a table no 10 years say Mike Carrick and as a Bibia answer Sadia ono and Manchester United caretaker Jumano the Ebemano till the end of the season. And it's about doing no yeba na yabe room needing komono etimi at the among but myself so tell na o ye car owner o car no ni paint wo hona na kala no a fade off amba car na dada so enche da nye febium wa crazy amaka no ani enche da nye ho a me so me kamfo amwa automobile etimi e diamond na no pay se na no da obaye be ka kire mo said the whole Ghana ono ni ovina ye de car no ko show spray car no ebi ni Ghana ba bia me na mo ka kire wo and me yi video no so bi ahu sa asɛm na mbɛkan no na ɛnyɛ ntro ɛna media no nti na ɔmadwuma no ɛho te ɛdam sonko ɛnso ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Ghana nti mesraw o kaa no fa brɛ bɛspɛ kama pa adi ama wo ebi so ana kaa no adwuma ho ebi ti sɛ yɛbɛyɛ body works ɛwɔ ho saa nso na emu ɛyɛ line ni nyinaa no yɛbɛyɛ no kama pa nti ɛyɛ kaa wo na ɛsɛ nko a mepaakyɛw sɛ oyɛ car dealer okra car si fra brukyire ɛde bɔ Ghana car no ɛho asiesie ni nyinaa no ebi kura auto accident car ɔde ba yɛne baby bia kama ewia ɔsɛ experience a na yɛ spray ama car no nso no etimi adimu 10% discount no yɛnwie yɛkwa akɔpem sɛ January ɛnso bɛba ayɛ na wie nti fa car no bra na also 10% discount no enjoy the kama pa mpacho you Kumasi ya apem so na amwa automobile ewo announce all the friend number 0244 465764 0244 465764 namno mo eni eyen komo ene anope Alicia Deco ena yekona so pedobisi na washroom ho wonso atimi di bia kwa akusuo no mo dia ene me kamfo Alicia Deco ena adi amount ene anope na atiefo de etene se so ko Alicia Deco ahono dobisi no sebia for example oto ba kusei ena odi akoko ye adwuma na odi akoko si washroom a eye 550 Ghana cedis ba sebia so oto 3 and more pachotirie sebia so oto miensa ade kodia instead of the 550 the be 500 pacho so what to come and say enti asa oto no ba kodia e de be 550 Ghana cedis nemum sebia so oto from 3 ade kodia eye 500 cedis ana ampanifo nso no ebetimi adiama na se atebo no so enso timi adiama wo yo aye PPR aye pipes ho sansana fittings obi ho na aye union ni nyina no atiefo de etene akofa bibiri enso adiaba plumbers amutie mi na no pay sanso na fiewura bia ana empo ebikura wanu akọ handan no na washroom opeso sisi ho a me pacho head sisi ni nyina no fakodan Alicia Deco obese utubi nso koto an nso no akonya ne awo ho ye Kumasi adum me pacho ye wo aya binchi ho na opposite sa oya ho ana sabeka aye Alicia Deco na muno mani nkomo awo 0558 06 okay min sense su biem 0558 063 836 na mone aye Alicia Deco emperifo eni nkomo yade aye ntimsraw anope koto adua ya to the cancer mesha na cancer mesha de tefo de etene se etimi eye yaw so ubia okopensi mu a me pacho no an so beto cancer mesha na eno nso no etimi atu ya wona se ade ama o arthritic pain me pacho koto adua ya to the cancer mesha anope so ye honam nina yaw ja ama dwuma kra no wantimi ankobi o de somobi na onko Kumasi atonsu market wona na amoben eye David Deco o de offer number ya bebia awo bia na o ma akra bechew na onso atimi akwa je duru ni bi na watompa cho number no Kumasi eye 0244 871 862 nemo mu amu takwa ne de ansa do ne fita kwa ne ba Kumasi takwa number no eye 0244 871 862 na mo ne omonso no adi enkomo ene anope na bibia no kama pa top cent me pa cho aboga fo nyina no mo fama so enfeme na de etene se we no app edi sani sika etisika bia odi free abruchire eba Ghana bia no aya isi top cent na fa sani sika no enso ebra aye Ghana South African country bi US Canada UK Italy Portugal Spain UAE Germany bia obia no top cent and American for ediama na no person our app ni bi dia oni problem hia se obesa ko download bi our phone so nemum se oni bi dia mpacho ko download bi na usika bi audi free abruchi abagana no where you should tap send ene jisika ko na medan ya mesi mesi fo na omfensi mi dan no ahwe obedi ene de jisika ko to de ahwe na waso ntimi akwa ehye so ba we de ode sanne ya na se nipa na also obey your juma and saka or your juma and so to me at the amount. Now download the app on so or first time over to me and your $10, €5 and half £5 in the now every tap send ho and then so ya de amount rush energy drink me so oh sorry be a yan be san say and then bet me aboa ama aye the money in the juma bia bia on te breba kokra enti so you be a juma kakra bi no abra me patcho solution no aye rush energy drink ginseng wom caffeine wom and vitamins and so ma ebeboa wo na on so juma bia no on te breba kokra obeye juma the money na bibia be kama and so at the amount na yewie ni sa no na ye ko Uniat Practical Institute na yakusua computer na hono courses bibiri na eye and so hoso person be data analytics, online business and e-commerce, Samsung and network and cyber security engineering, software engineering, computer hardware and mobile phone technician. And the courses bibiri AI in na no ko ha onso betimi akwa yibi na school no ye design in such a way say time bia obetimi akona onso akwa kusua de open nwumra obetimi akọ obi was Richard adwumenti no me agise weekends and nso no akonya no da ho open regular and nso obetimi akọ and distant class no nyina na available our Uniat Practical Institute now nso no wakọ akọ computer ho nimde and de baby awiase na duru no unimade se den na onim computer odwuma sam abede pa timisra ko na ye kuma se heye se san so ba stop na audio usia na mafre number 0555383848 Uniat Practical Institute and number and no Alaska Star Enterprise and na ye koi na atie former catcher say hodie so pese wo se dem office ho 2026 me pacho ma obi awura ho a on sa fedi ensakran and so etimi abaso ho ha ese on so timi enya good account of yourself na say self impression no wetimi create the pa ma bibia no and so aye kama pa na odem ho no say bia wo curtain so curtain ye wo aye blind one wo ho e the material Samsung na open aye best spread best sheet in na bi ho Samsung ring light me pacho akofa bi e the aba best lamp the DCC bed in China ha highlight no indina ebi ewo ho eba no aye sofa cover decorative watches and flowers plastic wardrobes no ane aye center mat indina me pacho Alaska Star Enterprise and American for and so edi amawo na ahodie pacho aye tufobo so wo to ba ko ana wo to bibire indina yatebo no so isansa Alaska no ono na kwa abrocho ko fa ne niam na and so edi eba etimi sew niema ne bia na manjima moboni na so ho o de wa ankasa kɔ na de obaso de kosu dem ho bia no okwa no ato na o de akwa kosu dem ana office ho ama ho so no atimi ayefe ye wo kumase adum me patcho me sesa no che plugs anima omo ben boss fm o won kan so obekɔ aye tudu opposite MTTD office no na aye Ecobank ho na no Alaska Star Enterprise ho ana so de frɛn 0256 330075 Diakon bites ha oza bema de edura nwumra okɔ ayakon enuti ena na etaka se bema bia no eduru sa na wugina mema nyina nam awakon nti se koba ne sa na se wulusu a mema nyina brotherhood no wagu ani ase enuti na se bema bia edura nwumra wo de wu kofie na utirimu nteno because ukoi oyere kra ka so no bedi mpaso agra on se na nya de tina ma yam hyehyew ama se wa wade kra no ai bibia ho so oba on ne te no a so nya de a ode eno no so beto aye diakubites na on so timi anum bi so ho na no ma impempi mema o metimi mu adwuma mpam no aya na o musisi ne flames amaman na adwo afenti e basa e be mebu a efre no eja 3 seconds na ade no esan ho aha e was on nya de kra we no ma esan nubrani ade na uniti no e yi sisima maman e ma sese mu da ho na abo adwuma bibia kama enso timi ade ama ho ene ntirima ka cho se 2026 me patro bites ne de eno ane diako bites na se wonso no wetimi agibi na nyame adoma on se afcon no kwasi ada ya na yebo final ochina yɛbɔ semi final na yɛho two teams na ɔmbɛkɔ akɔbɔ ɛyɛ final no na deɛ ɛtɛ ne sɛ diako yɛde obi bɛfiri Ghana ha na wakɔ Morocco na nso atumi akɔ akɔhwɛ final no bi enti mpatwɔ ɛfiri nnɛ akɔpem na ade kyeɛ deɛ ɔwɔ sɛ wɔbɔ to so no yɛ no ready na rafo no yɛ wie because ticket ne biribiara ne ane dada ɛno ane sɛ woyɛ yɛa na yɛyɛ obi biara na nso akɔ akɔfo plane na akɔ akɔhwɛ ɛyɛ final no bi enti boaboa no na nso fa kɔ sɛdeɛ bia wotie yɛ a nso nyame yɛ adoma final no wobɛtumi akɔ akɔhwɛ bi ɛnso awɔ ɛyɛ Morocco nti deɛ wobɛhia ɛyɛ diako bitters na ɛsɛ wo nso no de bɔto so no atumi ɛde akɔ Franco Trading Enterprise yɛmfa no mfa ntwatoɔ na maka kyerɛ sɛ hɔ ɛna yɛtɔn phone so papapaa sɛ wopɛ Nokia phone Samsung phone anaa iPhones yɛ aba yi wopɛ original ones no na watɔ a ɛno a ɛne Franco Trading Enterprise yɛhɔ deɛ asan sɛ yɛ original ne bɔ ne saa wɔ fam sɛ wode compare abɔnten a yɛyɛ phone so ne ne kɔfa nyɛ obi na akɔfa ne nso yɛkɔgye afiri ne nsɛm ɛno nti yɛyɛ deɛ no sɛ ɔkyɛke price na wɔ fam paa asan that no sɛ wopɛ ɛyɛ smart TV Franco air condition yɛ obi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛba no ɛyɛ chest freezer washing machine microwave generator sanso ɛna CCTV cameras ne nyinaa no yɛkɔfa bi ɛde aba Franco Trading Enterprise a ɔnsa bɛtumi ɛnso aka bi ɛdum deɛ wokɔ a baabia yɛahyeta hɔ yɛdi no agye baabia na deɛ tɛne sɛ wokɔ adum a ahu agya badwere aside hɔ naa no mepatwɔ yɛbie yɛn shop no baakɔ hɔ ɛna adjacent ɛyɛ old Melcom ɛhɔ nso ɛyɛ adeɛ a Franco yɛn store no baako abɔ hɔ ɛna opposite Kufuor Clinic ɛno nso boss of side hɔ no ɛhɔ nso onsa bɛtumi aka Franco yɛbie baako hɔ ɛda the new Kegetia ɛhɔ nso no ɛyɛ adeɛ a yɛbie baako ɛnso ha nneɛma a mebobɔ so no nyinaa wokɔ a bebree nso wobɛnyi bi na watɔ ɛde akɔfie a yɛ nneɛma no nso no asan sɛ papa no ne boɔ no ɛda fam a ɛbɛboa ama nso no watumi asave sika kama paa yɛ number yɛde dwuma no ɛyɛ 0245 316969 ɛno ɛyɛ Franco Trading Enterprise number ɛna atiefo yɛde ama mo awɔ dwumadie no so nti ɛno ano sɛ wobɛfrɛ na ɔne ɔmo ɛnso ɛde dwa no pɛyi ɔmo ɛne afoforɔ pi na asɔ yɛasene a yɛde dwumadie no ɛnso ɛde ɛbrɛm nti mesrɛ yɛsi a wobɛtumi de message no aba na yɛakenkan ɛde ama wo ɛwɔ YouTube Nhyira TV mesrɛ subscribe dwumadie no ma me na ɛfa o message no ka ho na afei yɛnkenkan message no ɛmfa ɛma fifi manfrɛ bɛhyɛ dwumadie no ase ɛde ama owie a na Bismarck owusu bɛmpa yɛala nso no abɛto aso ansa ne abɛfie na pressure Kumasi Asante Koro fans ɛde ɛma ɔmo management ɛno a ɔmo kɔyɛ management meeting na fallout ne nyinaa no ɛwɔ ha yɛbɛdi saa nkɔmmɔ no ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumadie yi ɛnso so nti fa message no ɛbra na Ata Julius ase good morning Richardo good morning Ata sɛ biribiara bɔkɔ deɛ okay nso bɛtumi de message no aba na yɛkenkan ɛde ama wo Zabi Alonso ɛnura yanka bi anhyɛm Real Madrid mpanimfoɔ ɛse ɔmo ɛgya ɔpani no ɛkwan na deɛ ma adeɛ no yɛ wɔn kakra ɛne sɛ Zabi Alonso ne winning rate ɛwɔ Real Madrid ɛyɛ around 70+%. Nti ɛhwehwɛ aso kakra sɛ coach a ɔbaa yɛ on board season no kura nwie na ne winning rate ɛyɛ 70+ ɛyɛ percent deɛ ɛdɛn na yɛgyina so pam no but that is Madrid for you Real Madrid deɛ woba na wobɛgye league ground no mfiri sɛ nneɛma bi wɔ ne nkɔ yi mfa ma wɔn a ɔmɛpam wo woba akɔbusa ɛyɛ Capello agye league ba Madrid for pam no nti Madrid deɛ ɛnhyɛ da ɛnyɛ wɔn a but the story behind the story ne nyinaa ne yɛba abɛdi nkɔmmɔ no ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ama mo Fifi Manfred Kofi good morning
Rich good morning good morning
what is saying
nyame adome ho yɛ so so ho yɛ
sure nyame adome ho yɛ
ɛde radi ase
first of all before minim say dey how dey be wura mu Zabi Alonso nkomo no uti news no a shock you
no I wasn't shocked
sir
personally I've gone past the point coach departing from clubs sacking, all of those things.
Very normal.
Yeah, saying Thomas Tuchel and shocking me. Even Maresca can't shock me. So I was not surprised. But Nhyira, Xabi Alonso, yeah, very interesting. Is the fact that for me, I saw it coming. And I think that is the thing with Football Club Real Madrid. Which Madrid team, you know, you can say football teams, sporting directors, all of those things. No, there is a plan. Team, there's a structure, but every team is slightly different. Barcelona with distinct style of play, Sane distinct style of play, no. Or yet Nejuma, who your coach now, but you have to play in that way. No matter who you are, you have to play in that way. If you go to Madrid are an arrogant bunch. Madrid is a very arrogant team. And you have the money. They believe that they don't particularly have to bring in players from Castilla de Bia. They have the money to go also to go and Spain and bring the best players. And it's about the management of the players. Which somewhere around a month or so ago, during the Champions League, Gareth Bale went to CBS on a Champions League conversation. And he was asked, Argentina, the games, the number of games that Xabi Alonso about on the league log, just 4 points off Barcelona. But there is a lot of talk about around Xabi Alonso's future. And I say, you see, being a coach at Bayern for Leverkusen is different from being a coach at Barcelona, at Real Madrid. And all pushing the business Argentina. And I say at Madrid, a 90% players, 10% coach. Now, what does it mean by 90% players, 10% coach? Nobody say because Madrid buys the best of the players. Make sure you manage the egos, the personal lives, the decisions of the players, a lot of things, you manage them. So if you manage them well or you don't manage them well, it also has to go hand in hand with results. Also, you don't think Rodrigo Goes offers more to the team. You put him on the bench. The more the team loses, the more Madrid feels like you're not managing the players well. So say, this is a game where make a Kobono Vini Jr. SM switch kakra. Now me born in this area. The more the team wins, the more people feel like you're managing the team well. Okay, may you Vinicius Jr. film 68 minutes because that's what the team wanted. The more the team wins, the more people feel like we are doing the right thing and Vini next we win the film on Yadi and saying. But the team consistently begins to lose, you're in trouble. I send me to Xabi Alonso. He lost to Barcelona as the biggest margin in terms of loss ever in the history of El Clasico for Xabi Alonso. For me, that was the point I began to feel like, because of the arrogance, how Madrid perceive themselves. You see, people don't understand the history of Real Madrid and the intertwined history of both clubs. Baby Amaka, for the Catalans, they feel like they are being oppressed by the real Spanish people. For Madrid, that's why they call it the King's Club. We are the big people. They are in the capital of Spain, in Madrid. They are the creme de la creme. They are the big boys. Whilst Barcelona always struggling, you for play for academy. Let's bring Catalan boy that will fight for us. So Barcelona is a consistent, continuous underdog story. Whilst Madrid is a perennial success and winning story. It is a no that for me to meet in Sabato no so a left, right, center, edge super cup, you feel in some and in a league, and you are still there are issues between you and the players, and they feel like you're not a guy. And
it's not like a mom result. A mom result.
Yeah. Oh yes.
In the Champions League, there be as well the custodians of the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
Na Yakoto Kylian Mbappe. You see, we are seeing open players are more talent, special talent. I come for them free PSG in Nabrel.
Yeah.
You big players, creme de la cremes. Yeah, the end say, competition be a bit rumbiano. We need to win it.
Yeah.
And the attackers and you say whom much is given, much is expected.
Well, you see, I have a problem a little bit with Madrid's recruitment and how I've said, am I explaining how Madrid operates in terms of recruitment? I think that in the last 2 seasons, it is not a coincidence Nhyira in the last bare decade, when you talk of Madrid's most successful players, they are not the best tacticians. They are not the best tacticians. Zinedine Zidane and then Carlo Ancelotti. They were playing the diamond, whatever, 4-1-2-1-2. You see, Rich, certain tactics, it gets the best out of the players. It's the reason why for Pep Guardiola, he will play in a particular structure that you, the player, will conform to the structure. It's Savinho. Or seeing the wingers have to keep their width. It's as simple as that. On personal transitional mobile, keep their width. Maresca, let his fullback invert into the middle of the park. That's what he wants. Hansi, he keeps the width with Alejandro Balde. Rafinha comes inside. Rafinha is not a natural left-footed player in that area. Only left winger. But the structure is getting something out of him. That's how he plays. But because Madrid buys the best of players, the two best coaches in the last decade for Madrid, Zidane, who played in 8 finals and won 08, and the story of Carlo Ancelotti, those two managers, they were the top managers. You remember the story of how everybody, what free Carlo Ancelotti Asimba will come and tell you that he's an excellent man. Oh, hey, Carlo is a brilliant person. Stories of how Oba and Carlo is there. Ne papa, ne bano, he put his son around. Vinny Jr. said it several times. Say, when you Carlo as a father to guide him, maybe he would have struggled. And it's the reason why, even for Brazil, in looking for a new manager to go to the World Cup, they've got some of the best technicians and tacticians in Brazil for the last years. But then there are a lot of high-end talent. Oh, Brazil team. So let's bring in a man manager. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean a man manager onim tactics one as on your tactics crowd. But Obia on a specialty. He focuses more on it. But Carlo Ancelotti has said in interviews before, say if you restrict the players too much, you don't get the best out of them. Into more structure, Gina left, J10, receiving ball, you don't get the best out of them. He says that let the players control the game. Your job as a coach is to manage them. That's the school of thought. It's same for Zinedine Zidane. He learned as an assistant from Carlo, stayed in that dressing room, knew that Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, all of these big names, I need to manage the egos. Into Onimionene Spanish, Onimionene Portuguese. He knows that when he's speaking certain things with Gareth Bale, all kind of Spanish, all kind of Portuguese, he'll go and speak it in English. He'll probably even prepare an English note for Gareth alone. Because I can't say me to Gareth. So for me, whilst that is Madrid's way and is successful, which there has always been quality in Madrid's team. But in the last 3 years, from the last season of Carlo Ancelotti and this season of Xabi Alonso, you can't tell me there is quality in Madrid specific departments. And I'm later away, or that's what said Jim. 2 nights ago, Antonio Rudiger was not playing. Madrid has been linked to Konate, Saliba, Upamecano, name it, McGay. David Alaba, so considered as a centre back, Onyabi Mo, Wepura, Obano Sanko, who Raul Asensio, he is not the best. You can't compare him to Pau Kubasi. In the Madrid setup, to the extent that you have to go and play Orient Chimeni in centre back because who will be able to play. And it was same with Carlo. Last season, not Carlo, so a two big issue. No, afraid Chimeni, hey Chimeni, but centre back, not Chimeni, but centre back, near show. So Madrid have not, yes, you brought in Dean Heitzen, but not enough. Not enough, especially given the injuries. Rich, we stood here in the summer. Madrid were linked to Angelo Stella for the whole summer. They didn't bring the German boy. They didn't bring Enzo Fernandez. They didn't bring in a proper deep line playmaker that will do the cruise job. You see, we even stayed here to the extent that Kaketo become Marseille air for Dani Ceballos. Then Madrid want to bring Franco Mastantuono, good number 8 box to box, but he is not a tempo controller in the middle of the park. If Franco, when he was playing, never been here a lot of results. Because he helped get the balance of the team. Obey Juma Mbappe, Obey Juma Vini, Obey Juma for the team. And that also Rodrigo Goes was not being played. Mastantuono gets injured. Now you have to go back to the front two that you know. Problems begin to come. It's Rich. I wasn't surprised because it is Madrid and San Omoyo. And like you said, success has been there. Rich, there is conflict between the modern day coach and then the big clubs.
As omu different ideologies.
Yeah.
No one need the wins one need.
You see, nia enkofo bebre efre no interference no.
We mami nyameduma.
Madrid is top level interference.
Yeah, that's what there. For you know press between Fafo and Fro. Kajo Masa. Player Ben also better.
Exactly.
Yeah, Kofa we out to we.
Because again, like you say, has been successful. My personal experience be, but me person me find the right ways to put it across. I've worked in a pharmaceutical company before and in multimedia. Multimedia in the media space is top of the top. Because they've had success for a very long time, these two companies. I'll mention a pharmaceutical company. Because they've gotten success for a very long time. And sometimes it's not right. Especially from principles and all of those things. But you look at it and you're like, I mean, it gets a success. And at the end of the day, what are we looking for? Success. So I am not difficult in certain places like this. You need to be a strong character.
That's our no problem
to succeed, or you need to be very tactful. Uni baby e kasa, uni baby say kasa. Etore bi say onye o sen wa nwe ne kakra bi no akatum. You need to be excellent in corporate relationships. And that's how you get problems. You hear the story of Antonio Pinto. You say, okay, me team no fine, my coaching staff you're solid, you're a physical trainer. The story is that Pinto has to come. Not Pinto, yeah no be. Say hey. Pinto na dia je it repeat no now way and you see it's
back according to the Madrid.
Yeah,
I reckon I'm say so we am the team now. Yeah. If it's 60th minute they come.
Yeah, they get tired.
Clearly who's a players na agree. Who's by na e Pinto you know.
Yeah.
Also mbe no.
Yeah.
And yama papa iko.
Yeah.
Yes you transfer say papa no no ye adwuma.
Yeah.
It you be say sad ne ba na e fra wu coach ne say chema. You be say sad papa ne ba.
So no, the coaching staff they want
me obi anko.
But you see, both parties are right. Exactly. Rich, both parties are right too.
Oh yeah.
Because for Jamie, only probably nam. Exactly. But the institution says that this is what has worked for us over the years. And that is why I'm saying that modern day coaches, modern day employees, and modern day employers, everybody will go for their interest. No, Rich, but that is the truth. You see, and he say and I like the statement from Madrid. You know what? It doesn't work for us. Amicably, let us part ways. Xavi Benyani Madrid Benyani. So if it's the case of, let's say, whichever company again, the company gets what they want, the club, the person also gets what he wants. If you hold yourself in the high esteem, that's good. And for me, it is important. Rich, at the end of the day, everybody has an interest. See, to get to the extent where Xabi was calling the Madrid players to come and do the guard of honor now, Mbappe won't say no, yeah, ma. It is clear Madrid is a players club. You coach.
No, and also situation I may not man do
yeah.
Because they are almost sure data no. Almost say look after 60th minute, players in the break and they may lose the games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, one of the best survive is Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Who coach need there's all contemporary individual.
Exactly.
Into say Madrid akobo game na you lose wa.
Yeah.
Who's a lose no dia na lose.
Yeah.
You don't lose anything.
Yeah.
But Madrid as a team they lose a lot.
Oh yeah, of course.
They are who ni beja okay.
Of course they will do.
Me I think yes with the explanation of the my injuries here and there. Oh man you fair to the man but then I can the modern day they will be an interest.
Which you see for every company is about business interest. I keep on saying this. Decisions be and I say, money how? And you are so them. And you didn't do certain things right. But business interest, it will run because everything is about buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And me, if I'm able to put up a small company, it's going to be about business interest. The business interest of Madrid. No one's a player singing about say, oh, you taught us this, you taught us this. There is nothing there. Ubu say weekend the Madrid game avelo abeloa obabe and you see adwuma no so nya to ade chi na no bi beji o adwuma re no I didn't hear that. We patch on crash last week. But who continues to be strong for mom to see you grab here. After 1 year, we say, you remember Manchester United will be number Kenya Carrick a year. Very only they want the job.
So only I'm a Carrick.
Carrick is going to get a job. And
yes, Ferguson's up a Carrick.
You see,
your problem now, I don't know.
Why is Ferguson telling Madrid who they want? Manchester United, who they should take?
And I didn't have a high say always coaches near from Ebano.
Yeah.
You measure almost with opening standard or certain.
It's wrong.
Oh, Manchester United. What is wrong?
This team is different.
Because also the number of years are Fergie.
Yeah.
Eddie or Manchester United.
Yeah.
Coach be anyone when you be.
Yeah.
That looks no be any. But you go coaches bar. You must see a measure almost with opening the result no whatever or yet Manchester United. I feel you acquire to the sense even if you go for coach crown.
Yeah.
This one no Fergie moment train.
You see,
which is wrong.
I did acquire me Pearl Carrick appointment in I want to say 6 months pay.
I said to the end of the season.
It's the end of my penny, sir. And better than what Ole was trying to do. Ole was telling Wilcox and Berada says so qualify for Champions League. I'm on a long contract. I'm say Ole Kruya, Ole Molde, Ole Besiktas, Ole Manchester United.
Oh no, not Kofi. Send me to we. So they are struggling in Manchester United, mommy. Now my catch also team no one kasa odi team ne mammy. Who did you say team ne? Now my team no. Now I'm saying the team no go Champions League. So what is wrong about it?
It should have been a repeat of the same United player. Bringing another manager in the middle of the season, not giving them time, not doing a proper recruitment.
Our ample time to prepare.
So do a almost matter 1-2 player be a man and solve the problem. Me acquire 1 year.
I disagree with them.
It is the same story with Amorim.
It me ba Carrick was here 6 months in so. Na Carrick e hwe na chi. Obon continue head duma why dey Manchester United. No company for no catch and say look. Me deserve some appoint me as substantive.
Yeah.
The
only reason why, if you read from the Athletic and all the other sources, the only reason why Carrick is getting a job over him, apart from the experience in English football, is that he has been clear with them since 6 months on your Juman. Now say Carrick.
Oh no,
exactly. David, apart from the Carrick himself, they are United. Obenya Fulham bi, Obenya Leicester bi. You know, your friend is audition over Premier League for 6 months. Exactly. I rule by this to money. Okay, Roberto Leicester. Not the Leicester called the Gacy. Sir, that is good for United. So we see Umar Morim ends not the end of the season. Interim, 6 months. In the summer, Rich Thomas Tuchel may be ready.
European.
Yeah, Willian Nagelsmann may be ready. Xabi Alonso about a tournament. Yesterday I asked 3 Manchester United fans.
Me can't say Tintina. Yem fair Jumanuma Ole.
Yeah. But me can't say so. But me boy Jumano Courage and farmer no.
Ole no tea.
Ole is not a long-term Manchester United coach.
Now some now kind. Me nye sure say sebi. Obi anu a sebi wo kwaji adwuma no de sa o kasa asa ni.
Yes, adwuma no dey ma 6 months senior. But you 6 months and for conditions in camp.
What dey conditions?
Yeah, the adwuma no ma 6 months.
After 6 months so fu so ntimi ni nto so ayi. Obako.
We adwuma no yesi class 6 months contract wu. Rich, me bi say wasem. Tuchel will be available in the summer. Say England and Korea.
Oh, some of my customers.
Nagelsmann.
Ono na mpeno.
And no, me be say Manchester United fans me ensa. Omo bi say me. Say Maresca Juma Juma na yo money je ho.
Mugo je ampa mo ni.
Omo say Maresca forget Chelsea connection. Maresca Juma
you bet me I didn't come on you Chelsea every.
Or your coach on his own. On your Chelsea coach say.
Former Chelsea coach.
Okay. Say Maresca be je Juma na. Is he good enough for the long term Manchester United?
Adebia ni Chelsea wale nke me mpe.
Me na me say, oh they don't need a banter.
Kofi emusame. Woni say head am answer no. Adebia Chelsea wo home mpe.
Owe di
coach ya pam no. Chelsea ya pam.
Chelsea ya pam.
No mo dey.
Adebia o yes sir. Amorim dey pam na Amorim be do house party with. And that look at ye analysis na me buy here. Amorim dey now say party with.
Mpe no.
Okay.
Mpe
Manchester na Thomas Tuchel one guy say England never.
Baby. Oh ya no kra me pe Gary Southgate. Gary Southgate. See the Bamba Maresca the Enfama Gary Southgate.
Just because
Maresca. Because Chelsea born ho. And one maybe. Kofi, you know we waiting akona Bismarck was even Payala, and so
Mayeska because Chelsea born
because of Chelsea. Mimpeno.
Hey, my dream. I think when you're met, I say
Opaku.
Just because Chelsea born.
Aye. And Chelsea.
But in Ghana for only no amount of 4 or 2 years.
See the Beba Mayeska, they only say team no.
On say team. Why am bro? Because I'm from Korea to Ghana because the power of me
dear bro.
But so we were coach kakra be person with two jobs so team ya no for pen or paper may bet we quotes just 4 of them. First one BW 31 ED 6E21 and the first code no and the German Bundesliga or honum Italian Serie A or English FA Cup matches or honum Newcastle and Manchester City or game couldn't talk about it but the G codes. The second one no BW 31 ED C62A. Third one BW 31 ED CAB6. Remember last one, which is BW 31E DDE03. So, Oko Fifi Manfred on Facebook, Twitter, all of the social media handles. Okay,
it has a Kofi Mayeska into Jumedian. So, Zek of Mohammed. I say good morning, Richard. 2026 is gradually becoming the year of sacking big coaches. Honestly, I did not see the sacking of Xabi Alonso coming, but he caused it due to his bad selection in the just ended Supercopa final. Alonso gone. Next to follow is Thomas Frank of Torium and Karim Zito of Kumasi Galacticos FC. Zito there, he must go at all costs so that there will be more fire in their team. Zach of Mohammed and this message at their brain and I know baby I'm a Sirkra Kumasi Galacticos. Good morning. Good morning. Bibi Aboko there.
Oh, Nyamiado. Bibi Aboko.
Me started the same question I'm Ibisa. Kofi Mayeska Kanafi also Emma Indi Xabi Alonso in common. First of all, sack news in the buy no.